All right, sorting by top of the week to see if we can find some really, I don't know, interesting stories because some of the newest ones have just been like, you know how it is. It's like, why are you asking me? It's just not. There's not enough juice here, for the squeeze. Am I the asshole for doing a half-ass job, taking family pictures at a wedding after being told to shut up and stop being a smartass? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Well, actually, I guess we already know because it says not the a-hole right there, but who knows? Maybe I'll hate you. I was taking pictures at a family wedding as a favor. I was being paid about half of what I normally charge, and I was fine with it. The bride is my favorite cousin, and her husband is amazing. Okay, you were paid half of what you normally charge, getting the family discount. They are. So already I'm kind of on your side. You're giving them a family discount. The family discount comes with a little side of attitude. It's fine. During the formals, the wedding party was great, and I got lots of great shots. When it came time to take pictures of different family groups with the couple, people were assholes. They wouldn't stop talking or looking away from the camera. I tried politely reminding everyone that the camera was the big black thing on the tripod and that it took still images, not video. I was repeatedly told to shut up and stop being a smartass and that they knew what a camera was. I asked my wife to record video of the responses for me. My cousin was delighted with the pictures from the ceremony, the formals, and the reception. She laughed her ass off at the family pictures, and about half of them people are looking off in all directions instead at the camera. And most of those, there are also people with their mouths open. She thought they were hilarious, and her husband agreed. I started getting shit on social media from my family about the terrible pictures. I replied that I had to explain to them that the camera was the big black thing on the tripod, and that it only took still pictures. They said I should have waited for them to be ready, so I started posting the short video clips of people being jackasses towards me. This is funny. I like this. I like that idea. That's how you know you got to ride or die. You know what I'm saying? You had your girlfriend. He did say it was his girlfriend, right? Or his wife. I asked my wife to record videos of the responses for me. I mean, genuinely, that's hilarious. Because then, how can they get mad? That's what we should just start doing. We should just start recording every reaction, and then all these, Karen fits that happen in stores, we can just play them for the world to see. Oh wait, we already do that, and we've been wrong. Whoops! I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, it is kind of wild for somebody to tell you to shut up because you're like, hey, let's kind of get things together, and they're just taking forever. And it's like, let's move along, bitch. Anyways, my mom said that I went too far and that they won't ask me to take pictures for them again. Did a fake cry and said boo-hoo. She called me a smart aleck. Please let me state that I do not think I am the asshole in this situation. But many people do. They are upset because they don't often dress up and get together, and they don't get good pictures. Well, if you want good pictures, you kind of have to, you're already paying him half what he would normally get paid for this work, just because he's family. Not the asshole. The photos are an accurate reflection of their behavior on the day. The only people that opinions matter about the photos is the bride and groom that hired you. They like it, then no issue. I would agree with that as well. I was a bit confused when you got into that paragraph because it was like, oh, it seems like they liked it, but it turns out the rest of the family was upset, and it's like, hey, man, they've embarrassed themselves and don't like their online tantrum turned around on them. It's easier to be right until evidence comes forward. It's crazy that they would whine in that moment. It's like, I told you, man. Not the asshole sounds like they're your family members and they were ignoring you and being rude. Maybe they thought they were being funny, to use a professional, whatever. That's their problem. All right, let's go ahead and find somebody who says you're the asshole. You take those pictures, slave. You work for the family, slave. You know how they are sometimes. I mean, maybe as a professional photographer, I work with primarily high schoolers, and sometimes no matter what you or their teacher or parent or coach or whomever says they will not do or be the way you'd like them to be, I cannot and will not force or stop everything to make sure one individual is doing what they are supposed to be. I'd have said something one single time, and then I just take the picture with whoever is acting a fool. Just my opinion. So, but that's. Okay, I'm glad that this comment exists because that's what he did. That's what he did. You literally just said that's what I would do in that situation. That's what he did. That's what he did there. He did that. He did that exact thing. Maybe a bit unprofessional in the sense that you are ultimately antagonizing your family members' potential clients. The specific photos will be forgotten by everyone except the bride and groom, but they might remember you fighting and being an ass on social media. But you know your business better than anyone else here. It's kind of hard to pass judgment here with only one side of the story. Were they being assholes to you at first or just distracted and having fun? I could almost imagine the other side's story being something like we were all just having fun, but the photographer kept rushing us, was super impatient and being a smartass. He said we were all good to go, but later looked at the photos and they were terrible, like he didn't even try. Then he kept fighting with us on social media. But they're family. It doesn't take much to stop and look at a camera for at most 30 seconds. The fact that he asked them to look at the camera and they just ignored him or insulted him puts them in the wrong no matter what, if they're trying to have fun or not. Dealing with people in part of a professional matter is part of the job. Downvote, downvote, downvote. I wish I could just press this forever and you'd have negative 1,000. Unknown error. It's the thousands of downvotes that I just left on this person. Too much of this. We've been doing too much of this as a society. There's been too much. Well, treating people in a professional manner. This is how you get those Karens. We need to come up with a male equivalent. We can't just say male Karens, but that just will scream at retail workers, and the retail workers have to sit there and be like, I'm sorry, sir, because if they ever looked back at that customer and were like, man, can you shut up? They would be fired. And, it's just because they're performing a service for you does not change the fact that they're another human being, dumbass. I don't think you're the asshole, but I think you could have been less sarcastic and more patient. Everyone sucks here. I mean, at my wedding, my grandpa was so excited for the photos, he kept on yelling for more people to join in the pic. If my photographer yelled, this is a camera, not taking video, I'd be like, bruh. Yeah, but this kind of sounds like a different situation. This doesn't sound like everyone gather for the photo and then we'll eventually take it. This sounds like everyone was there for the photo and they're too busy talking to each other. You have a situation where grandpa's calling more people into the photo to take a picture. His situation is everyone's there for the photo, but they won't shut up and stop looking off in other directions. Everyone sucks here. If you hadn't been a smartass, people might have been more inclined to listen. I don't know about that. If you treat people like children, you bring out the child in them. If people act like children, they get treated like children. True, dude. Upvote, dude. Hey, here's Reddit gold, kind stranger. You know what's upsetting? Is wondering if they would have behaved differently and said the same things had the couple hired a proper photographer, or if they were giving you shit because you're you and as family you automatically deserve less respect. I was kind of thinking that was going on here too. A lot of people do this where they'll expect somebody to, like somebody in the family, to do something in a professional manner because they know they do it in a professional manner. But first off, they get that half off family discount, and then when you're doing the job, they kind of treat you like trash. And it's like, I don't know. It's like that. It's like that one Am I the Asshole story of the guy who went in but although I guess that one's kind of different. He like went to a restaurant that his niece was working out, and the niece basically treated him like trash, and he wasn't like initially like, this wasn't a situation where like he was being an asshole to her. He was just like, I want this without the sauce. And she basically argued with him that it has to come with the sauce or whatever, for whatever reason. And she was like super late on everything. Like she just sucked at her job, like just genuinely. But that was a bit of a different situation. And I think even in that situation, people sided with the daughter quite a bit because they're like, even if she sucks, it's weird with family, which, it is what it is. But if you're an actual photographer, you'd figure out how to get the shots that they asked for. Get out. Seems like they just, that's like, I love that. That's like a Karen thing. I feel like I've heard that before. You would figure out how to make the McDouble correctly. Seems like they just matched your energy, to be honest. You're all asshole, it seems. I tried politely reminding everyone that the camera was a big black thing on the tripod and then it took still images, not video. I was repeatedly told to shut up and stop being a smartass. Yeah, but also at the same time, like, is your ego really that sensitive that if I was getting ready to take a picture and the guy was just like, hey, guys, the camera's over here and it takes still images, not video, I'm not going to sit here and be like, what did you just say to me? You think you can imply that I don't know how a camera works, dickhead? No, like, oh, my bad, man. My bad. That's usually how I'm going to react. But some of y'all, I swear, some of y'all are like confrontational in the weirdest ways. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of people that I meet consistently that are too afraid to order a pizza. Like if you have them order food at a restaurant, they'll have like a mini panic attack, worried that they won't be able to order the food. But in an interaction like this, I've seen them get into the yelling matches with people in public. And it's like, it's wild that you're the person that's afraid to order food at a fast food place and look the person in the eye when you're ordering, you're like looking at the ground. But you're sitting here screaming at this random person because they cut you off in traffic or whatever, like screaming. And, like we're in Florida. So the person in the car that cut you off is probably, they probably have a bazooka or something in there. Alcohol was involved on their part, not yours. May I applaud your genius. I like you, sir or ma'am. I like you very much. Okay. soft, you're the asshole. I've seen a lot of photographers work over the years. A good photographer is not only a human camera tripod combined with the shoot photo when small detected function on the camera. Every smartphone can do this functionality automatically. If it was only for that, you could just screw a decent camera on a tripod and let it do all the rest automatically. A good photographer is an entertainer who manages. Oh, okay, I got it. So they're do the dance, do the dance, slave. I'm sorry, man. This is like, ooh, they got to be a good entertainer, even when your customers are assholes. No, I don't think you're the asshole here. And it seems pretty universal here. Get those people to let's get a move on. I'm a professional here. I try to take the pictures nice and quick. Speed it up, dick.